Welcome back to the Sheffield United save here on FIFA 23. We face three sides that are chasing us down in the Premier League today. Everton, Wolves and Brentford are our three opponents. We currently sit 3 points clear of Everton, which is a game in hand actually currently. So we could maybe make ourselves a little bit more comfortable in the middle of the table. Can't go too high up obviously because of goal difference, but if we do win against Everton, then we will be up into 10th place. The gap currently down to the relegation zone is 7 points. Again, though, a number of games in hand for the majority of the teams down there. We also play 16th place Brentford today and 12th place Wolves as well. So we could go up in the table, we could go down in the table. And quite frankly, with a form being as up and down as it has been, it's certainly the turn of phrase that is very apt right now for our life at the end of November in this Sheffield United career mode. But, I mean, I'm sure you ask any Sheffield United fan, would you like to be 11th in the Premier League as you head towards Christmas? I'd absolutely say yes. So, I think things are going fine so far. Albeit, not impressive, but fine. And fine is enough for us right now. Let's head to Goodison Park and try and turn fine into something a little bit more spectacular if we can. Drop the video a like, really helps the content out when you do so. Make sure you subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on any more of this save. And hopefully, this time, start to build up a bit of head of steam. Had a number of big sides in the past couple of episodes that we've had to kind of battle through. Now we've got a run of games against poorer form opposition. So let's take advantage. Everton line up with Jordan Pickford still between the sticks for them. Seamus Coleman, Tarkowski, Michael Keane and Mikalenko the back four. Idrissa Gana Gueye holding. Dwight McNeil, Andre Gomez, Doucouré and Damari Gray sit behind new striking signing Arnaut Danjuma up top for them. Dominic Calvert-Lewin dropped to the bench. Danjuma will certainly be dangerous. Andre Gomez into Abdoulaye Doucouré. Getting away from them here. Oh, what a ball. Doucouré, Danjuma, foddering him in the way. Cut apart. Unbelievable ball from Abdoulaye Doucouré there. The vision, the execution, everything about it was just absolutely perfect. Unlike that through ball. Thankfully, we've been able to get away from Seamus Coleman and still support arrives. But Seamus gets the foot in this time around. He's going to be the weak spot in their defensive line. Certainly Seamus Coleman, but hopefully this Everton backline will open up the same way that my backline just did there for Everton and will be able to take advantage and get it past the keeper, unlike the way that Danjuma was not able to do just there. Look at the space out wide. Oh, it's a dead ball though. No pace on that whatsoever. That's not a dead ball. Oh, and Jebo's done brilliantly. He's under pressure though. Daniel Jebbu's going to be a wonderful solo goal, and that's exactly what it is. Daniel Jebbuson has definitely been second fiddle to Ollie McBurney so far this season, but quite clearly he still has a lot to give to this Sheffield United side this year. What he has given us here is a 1-0 lead at Goodison Park. Driven low and hard. Pickford no chance. Free kick for Everton. Damari Gray. Short. Tarkowski. Doucouré. Trying to cut us open again. Andre Gomez from the edge of the box, the former Barcelona man. Dwight McNeil, the former Burnley man. Back again. And he's going for it. Oh, bloody hell. What an effort from Andre Gomez. So unlucky not to give Everton an equaliser here in the 25th minute. That was struck so sweetly towards the top corner. Danjuma. Nicely intercepted by Egan. Danjuma's quick to get back to it though. Damari Gray's touch is good. His turn is good. Doucouré's ball is good too, and Danjuma's effort was on target, but not really that dangerous for Big Wes. We'll keep our lead for now. Everton have been the more creative of the two sides, rather evidently so far in this game. But they might be the side to concede the next goal if Jayden Bogle decided that he actually wanted to pass to a teammate. Seamus Coleman is proper old school overlapping fullback, isn't he? Made a career of it for well over 10 years in Everton colours now. Dwight McNeil around the corner here to Abdoulaye Doucouré. Tucking that back. McNeil. Oh. It was Gueye with the effort on the edge of the box. Struck well enough and accurate enough towards the bottom corner. Unlike the header. I get it. Nice move. Seamus in a good position to cross. Finds Doucouré. He It looked like he was setting out to whip it to the far corner, and I think he actually tried to do the keeper with the eyes and pull it towards the near post. Thankfully, Wes was aware of what he was doing and able to make the stop. It's not Seamus, it's James Tarkowski. I thought it was Seamus Coleman for a moment. It's Dwight McNeil, and Wes on hand again to make the save. How many times have we said that this season? With games to come against other sides that are around us at the moment in the table, we could really put a statement run of form together. Burnley nearly ensuring that we do get all 3 points. Fleck with the cross. Decore rise as well. Jebo knocked this down though. Ahmed Hozic not the man. Nor is Egan. Norwood. See the ball up there to Max Lowe though. Can we cross it to a teammate? It's a decent delivery. McBurney was waiting. Can we win this as well? Norwood's done well. Fleck brings it down through that gap. Berger trying to turn on it. Tackled by Tarkowski. Mikalenko. It's Idrissa. McNeil and Danjuma. We said he was their danger man. He has proven to be just that. Highest rated player in their team. Outfield at least, ahead of Jordan Pickford. And good movement. A wonderful footwork, to be fair, from Dwight McNeil. How are you supposed to defend against that? And then a good finish. Just shot power enough. Wasn't super accurate into the corner, but put enough power behind it. The keeper's not going to save it, despite getting a good hand to it. And they are level at home. Berger. Bogle. It's going to open up. It's got to open up. Surely find the right pass. Jebo had to wait for the ball. Big save by Pickford. Jebo! The overhead kick was headed wide. Daniel Jefferson could have written his name in the stars there in the Premier League, let alone just for Sheffield United with a goal like that. At such a young age. Oh, now Danjuma's in behind the other end, and we might actually end up going behind, and we do! Can you believe it? Giant save from Jordan Pickford at one end. And as Danjuma gives us a 2-1 deficit now, there's not long left in this game to try and turn it round. Calls from home fans already for the whistle. We haven't even ticked over into the 91st minute yet. Dwight McNeil's in. Away, please. Could really have done with getting it up the pitch, not just out for a corner. It does look likely now that we'll lose this game to Everton by 2-1. After being so close to taking a 2-1 lead of our own. Oh, it's just going to be defeat. Jefferson could have scored a wonderful overhead kick, or even if he'd have just put away the first effort would have been nice. It's defeat against Everton away from home, not victory. We've thrown that away there, to be completely honest, although they did have so many chances. 12 shots created, and certainly Wes was drawn into some saves. They hit the woodwork, of course. It's a 2-2 draw in the Manchester derby, much further up the table than we're looking at the moment. And dropping down to 12th as Everton overtake us, and the gap to the relegation zone now is 6 points still. We have now lost officially half of our games in our first season in the Premier League, with 13th placed Wolves to come and 17th placed Brentford after that. It can get better though. Wolves' starting lineup, rather unimpressive actually. Jose Shah in midfield, Matt Doherty, Max Kilman, Craig Dawson and Ike Nouri. Doherty back at the club of course now. Mario Lemina, Joao Gomez and Mateus Nunes, with Pedro Neto, Daniel Podence, and Gonçalo Guedes up top. It's not an amazing team. Matt Doherty back at the club, and obviously Ruben Neves having left the club, and Raul Jimenez left the club now as well, of course, as we found out playing against Fulham the other day. But Wolves certainly in real life need to make a couple more signings, I think. Otherwise they might be in trouble this season, you know. Genuinely, in real life, I'm not sure about this Wolves team. In this save, I'm not sure about this Wolves team. Really not sure about Craig Dawson's defending there either. 1-0 to the Blades after 3.5 minutes. Someone explain to me what Craig Dawson's doing there, because I cannot tell you at all. Maybe he expected me to try and square it and was trying to play an offside trap with Ollie McBurney. I think that might have been the decision making there. Whatever it was the wrong decision to make, because Fleck's just run through and slammed it home. That would be the perfect remedy for the wounds of Everton, that's for sure. Daniel Podence. Gone. Just gone. Acceleration, too good. Guedes shot blocked. Daniel Podence is a player I do genuinely really like in real life. I don't know how good he is on FIFA or how well he grows on FIFA. So Whether he's someone that we potentially look to in this save, I don't know. With the current formation as it is, we're not really in the market for wingers. But I tell you what. Oh, we've nearly had a wonderful start to this game with a second goal. Jefferson with the slowest turn you've ever seen. And maybe Ahmedhodzic with his second goal of the season, but no. Jose Sar's right behind it. Down the line to Doherty. Always used to get forward really well for Wolves in his first spell at the club, and he's looking to do so as well here. Pedro Neto into Mateus Nunes and Mario Lemina and Gonçalo Guedes, and Fotheringham leaping away to deny Wolves an equaliser here in front of their travelling fans. Not only that, we might come away with a goal if Bogle can get to that first. Go on, Jebbo. Finish this one, mate. Oh! Shah not able to get a proper connection on it, but just enough to turn it round the post. It was a really unorthodox, awkward technique on the save. But he can't stop that one. Ollie McBurney makes it 2. The Blades are back in business at Bramall Lane. All the bees. Bosh. Right, Nouri. Ahmedhodzic across the deal with him. Outmuscled him well, but couldn't get the ball. Daniel Podence couldn't find a teammate either, though. We will build. This has been the best opening half an hour to a game we may well have had all season, certainly of late, past couple of episodes. Basham, of all people, is forward here, and he'll deliver it. Oh, it cannoned off someone in the middle, as it was maybe destined to find a teammate in the centre of the box. Now Pedro Neto's in behind him, having to rely on Max Lowe to get back here. He's Guedes, shot blocks. He's going to fall kindly for Daniel Podence, who shot well wide. We were right behind it with a camera angle, and he must do better. Maybe he's proving here that whilst he is decent, Daniel Podence, he might not necessarily be the answer to improving our team. You're just going to go down the wing, aren't you? Oh, wow, what a ball. Gonçalo Guedes in the box. Dangerous. I mean, there's good positioning, and then there's just blind luck when it just hits you in the box. Not sure which that was. I think more the blind luck. Oh, caught from behind there, Sanderberger. They getting a little bit frustrated at the minute by the looks of things, Wolves. That was a rushed challenge as well, but luckily for them, they did get in to get it away. Podence with options at the back of the box, but again, Ahmedhodzic is positioned well to get the block on it. Pedro Neto going off for them, and Pablo Sarabia, I think, who's taking this corner, has come on in his place. Indeed, he has. That was a well-struck header, but thankfully, Fotheringham right behind it. So far, so good here at Bramall Lane. We might have thrown away a one-goal lead at Goodison Park earlier today, but certainly I don't anticipate us throwing away this lead at the minute, not with the way that Wolves are playing. They're being okay, but they don't look that dangerous. Slimane with the whip. Osborne down. Koulibaly. Oh! Well, that was unexpected. What a pass. And Rhian Brewster could finish off, would have been an unbelievable move. Where has that come from? Well, watch it in slow motion. He gets the ball under control and turns his side. He does a drag back and then like a... that is the defender's day absolutely ruined. Or was it Koulibaly? Sorry, not Slimane. My bad. Koulibaly. But he's 4-star skills as well. That was outrageous. Absolutely disgusting. Sanderberger with the corner, which is not even close to the same level, unfortunately. Rather than taking my time, I'll be a bit more direct in these last few moments, because why not? Jayden Bogle looking for the ball through. Slimane using that physicality that we mentioned to tuck this back. And Brewster! Dawson does enough to spare any further Wolves blushes. Berger's delivery's not bad. Anel's up. Was on target, I think. Koulibaly should win this. Just nodded that back to Ben Osborne. I'm sorely tempted, but space ran out, unfortunately, to try and go for a big old worldie. Nelson Semedo with a good tackle will put Doherty under pressure, try and force a mistake. There is no mistake to come. So 2 goals in the first half are enough to beat Wolverhampton Wanderers here at Bramall Lane. And we're back to winning ways after a couple of dodgy results. Very happy with that. Very happy with that indeed. And with that being the calibre of their finishing, the clean sheet was never really in that much doubt, was it? Right. We might have lost one, but we've won the next. Now, if we can beat... Who was it at the end of the episode? Brentford. Then I'd say that today is a resounding success. Brentford have just lost away from home against Spurs. So fingers crossed they will be in poor morale. Larousse wants to play. Brewster's trying to get more first team football, but with the way that Ollie McBurney and Daniel Jebison have been scoring goals for us this season, I just don't know as I'm able to really consider giving Rhian Brewster any more football. He's not great even when he does play, and he's not necessarily ever made an impression. That one chance he had at the end of the game there is probably the best thing he's ever done, and he's just not superb, Rhian Brewster. So he's not the answer, I don't think. I'm not sure where to improve this side next. Obviously, Basham at the back is only 72. Fleck in the midfield is only 72. So they're the two more obvious places to improve the squad. Jebison, yes, he's only 67, but has good potential and is our second top goal scorer. And he and McBurney are the only two players to score more than one goal in any competition so far this season. In fact, they're the only one goal scored outside the Premier League is by Jebison in the Carabao Cup. Everything else is a Premier League goal. So I'm hesitant to do too much altering to this Sheffield United side in January because, well, rather evidently, for a first season back at Premier League level, 20 points from 15 games and 8 points, in fact, from the drop zone, where Brentford have dropped to now and will head to the GTEC Community Stadium to play them next. We are more than comfortable, and these guys are earning their stripes and earning the chance to finish the season as strong as they possibly can. And who knows, with a bit of growth, some of those players like Ollie McBurney that aren't that highly rated but aren't like early 30s and look like they're probably going to be replaced. Ollie McBurney might be the sort of player that isn't going to set the world alight, but is doing a good enough job that he gets to stay in the starting lineup longer term, despite being in the early to bottom mid 70s. We'll play it by ear, but at the minute, everybody's pulling their weight in this team. Brentford line up then with Mark Fleck and new signing in goal. Aaron Hickey, Ethan Pinnock, Ben Mee. New signing Nathan Collins at the back as well with Rico Henry. Nurgar, Janelt and Jensen in the midfield three. And Burmo and Wisser are the two that lead the line for them. De Silva on the bench is certainly good enough to come on and make an impact in the midfield. Keane Lewis Potter is good enough to come on and make an impact up top. We are with a strong regular 11 at the minute because there are no real weak spots that we've found. At least no real weak spots that we have an obvious alternative go-to at this stage. But certainly there are areas that we will look to improve in January, potentially. Certainly in the summer. But I'll wait for your feedback with regard to the January transfer window. Because you guys might be similar to me in the mindset that these guys are certainly doing the business so far. And if we just sign a couple of the guys that maybe Sheffield United are linked to in real life or have signed in real life by the time we get to January, then the squad is kind of taking shape itself on its own, isn't it? Oh, I think that hit his hand. Oh, what a strike! It didn't hit his hand. And Ollie McBurney's driven that super accurately towards the bottom corner. And Janelt. Oh, full-blooded challenge from John Egan. Wow. That was proper old-school English Brexit challenge, wasn't it? Johan Wisser into Mbermo. Egan doing it again. I kind of had to there, really, didn't I? Jensen and Mbermo and Janelt. Oh, it's brilliant. I tell you what. A, we're really unlucky. And B, some of these close-range saves that West Fotheringham is making are absolutely outrageous. They've just got the height at the back post there with Vitaly Janelt to ensure that they get the header in at the back post up against... Well, that's Max Lowe, isn't it? No. Who's the number 6? I can't recall off the top of my head. Might be Basham. It is indeed. And his old legs not necessarily helping him there, the 34-year-old. And Vitaly Janelt, as Wes comes flying across, but not in time. Janelt gives them a 1-0 lead. Oh, it's excellent from Wisser. He's still going. Johan Wisser in the box. Lays it back. Ah! Don't panic. I didn't. Corner for Brentford. They're looking for 2 quick goals now. Nearly gotten too. It's knocked back. Matthias Jensen. Around the corner. Wiss is making runs. It's Ethan Pinnock. He's still going. He scored! Ethan Pinnock. You might well be furious at the defence, Wes, for good cause. But that was not necessarily the most difficult of shots when it came in to try and save, was it? Great movement by Pinnock to just jink around the challenge that came. And that is a bit poor from Wes. I went for the challenge, didn't get there. And that's right at you, mate. It's like turn sideways and then try to save backwards. If you just go, then you save it, pal. Not great from me, not great from Wes. Brentford 2-0 up. As we were on the way through the leagues in the RTG, it was Brentford that were our bogey team, wasn't it, on the way up through the divisions. Shouldn't maybe let that run. And it turns out maybe Brentford are going to be one of the early sides to become a bit of a bogey team for us in this save as well. Not really do much against them at the minute. The regular scoreline against them in the RTG with the youth side was a 3-0 deficit. At the minute, there might be 3 goals. If Ollie McBurney weren't in the bloody way. And Berger. Bogle. Ollie McBurney. Flex in. Johnny Fleck. Yeah. Officially confirmed. Brentford are going to be a bogey team for us in this save as well, because nothing's going for me in this one. Wisser picked off nicely, should I say, but Ahmed Hozic. Oh, Brentford are the bogey team again, confirmed, more so than ever before. 3-0 in the youth RTG. 3-0 with Sheffield United, caught in possession there. And then the simple square across. And Bosch! It's a nice ball down the line there to Johan Wisser. Squared back. It's a firm enough hit. Oh, and the goalkeeper did get a big hand to it. It's going to be the biggest defeat of our year so far. Quite resoundingly. We might have lost 3-0 to Manchester City, but that's Manchester City. To come to Brentford and get destroyed like this, it's really disheartening. Well, the final whistle sounds, and we want to put that one right behind us, don't we? That is just what you call a bad day at the office. Such a bad day at the office. I'm half inclined to torch the office and start working from home and never go back to the office again. Hopefully Brentford get relegated and we won't have to play Brentford next year and we won't have to go back to that particular office. But I think that win might pull them out of the relegation zone. It was 8 points to them. It's now 6 points to them. Weirdly, it's now 5 points to them. Maybe they had a game in hand. No, it was 8 points to them. They won. It's now 5 points to them. Of course it is. Yeah, Ches. It's Brighton, Bournemouth and Luton that are in the relegation zone. Bournemouth and Luton now matching Derby's record low points tally. So it looks like that tally and record is going to stay intact. Whether Luton and Bournemouth can get themselves out of the relegation zone, we'll wait and see. It's still very close down there, and we're still just keeping our heads above water. But we are kind of treading water at the minute, rather than actually powering forward, aren't we? We have Burnley to come next, which is another game against the side around us. Then Arsenal, then Palace and Luton before heading into the January transfer window in the episode after next. We know that we want to get Austin Trusty in, but he's going to have to wait till next season because he's on loan at Birmingham in the save this particular season, unfortunately. And then outside of that, we'll wait and see what Sheffield United are looking like they're likely to do in real life by the time we get to January. If they're not looking like they're likely to do anything else of any real note, then we'll make some decisions of our own. But for now, that's where we are. 12th position in the Premier League after 16 games. Very nearly the halfway point of this first season already. Hopefully you're enjoying. If you are, drop the video a like, subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on more, and I'll see you tomorrow for another one.